Okay, so I've just gotten a package which is gonna be really nice. Oh yeah. It's of course the Nintendo Switch 2, which you can probably tell by the title. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Oh, I can definitely tell that it's a big device this time around compared to the previous generation, which I have lying around right here. So it's definitely a different size. Let me just put this to the side. Oh, this feels nice. This works way better for my rather large hands compared to the previous generation, where I kind of felt like it was a bit too small. Let's open up the next one. Great. And now to the big bad boy here. Humongous screen. Holy. As everyone else has mentioned, it's kind of sad that it isn't OLED. Then again, I didn't get the OLED version with the previous one. I at least expect this screen to be way better than this screen because it was kind of meh. Let's try to put the sticks on with the magnets. Oh yeah, that's nice. Great mechanism. And the other one? Damn, it's a big screen. Let's see here. First generation, second generation. Way bigger. It feels kinda nice to have in your hands. Buttons feels more clicky, a more matte finish, or that might just be because this one is used a lot. What about the kickstand? Because that's a major improvement. Oh, it kinda tightens a lot, so you can more individually adjust. That's nice. That's really nice. So you can have it like standing almost up, folded completely out almost. Yeah. Basically, a thing that also really annoyed me with the first generation was that the USB-C connection for powering it was at the bottom. Usually when you take the sticks off and you place it down somewhere, it's kind of annoying to have to charge it the other way around. Since it's a portable device that you usually would place down like this and then play with the joysticks like this, then it was kind of annoying that you couldn't charge it at the same time. But now it's from the top instead of the bottom, or at least it's both the bottom and the top. Huge air vents in the bottom as well. Let's see what's more in the package. The thing that I'm actually mostly annoyed about is actually the battery life, because I also have a Asus ROG Ally X, which is placed over here somewhere, and that actually just have phenomenal battery life if you put it in the silent mode. So something like performance and silent mode would have been a really nice thing to see on the Switch 2, so that if you were on the go and you didn't have a battery bank with you, power bank of some sort, that you could actually just put it in some sort of silent mode that didn't use as much power, so you can maybe like play for 4 to 5 hours instead of like 2.5. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it's gonna perform battery life wise, but I can't expect too much, I think. Then we have a nice HDMI cable here in the package as well. Is it actually HDMI 2.1? It isn't mentioned anywhere. Would have been nice to know though. Then we have the clip-ons for the joysticks and for using the mouse capabilities as well. USB-C to USB-C cable here. Nice. The power brick is actually separate this time, which is really nice. Actually, most of the time I also used it kind of like this way instead of in the dock. I usually just put it into a plug and then I lie in bed or something, or on the sofa and stuff like that, and just play the games on the handheld piece itself. Then what do we have here? Oh, it's the controller clip-on. Seems bigger as well. Then we have the docking station itself. I actually kinda can't see what you would use most of these mouse controls for. It seemed like a nice gimmick that would be fun to do like once or twice. Yeah, it definitely needs a better surface, but then it's great that I have like 1,000 mouse pads. Does it work like... It kind of doesn't move like a normal mouse. Let me see. Maybe? It seems a bit more like there's a massive amount of friction. More friction than a mouse. We'll have to see. This snapping mechanism is just like 1,000 times better than the previous one. This works absolutely phenomenal. The docking station I actually feel like is one of the things that have gotten like a massive upgrade, since it now also adds a fan in the compartment here, which is super nice. So now it shouldn't overheat, and it should help get some greater performance just from that tiny improvement there. Let me see how it fits. Like a glove. A little more wiggle room, kind of doesn't matter since you usually just place it down and then you just pull out the sticks and then you're ready to game. How does this compare to the previous? Oh, these magnets are gonna be my best friend. This is great. So now it also has this chat feature. So if you bought the camera, then it's more easy to kind of play with your friends, since you can see their reaction to things as you play. It's a way better experience to like have social interactions when you play games. The design, the hardware, everything seems kind of nice. It's definitely expensive for what it is. That's what you gotta do if you want to play like Mario games and Pokemon games and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get it started. Region Europe. Okay, it took some time, but now I'm ready to game. So let's start up Mario Kart World to see if it's any good. Let me try Grand Prix and let me just cut the volume down. Okay, so who am I gonna choose? Damn, you have a lot of characters from the get-go. Nah, let's go with some of the new characters. Oh, a piranha plant. Let me choose that. I really don't mind that it's only an LCD screen and not an OLED, because the black seems to be rather black. And now we're in the first place. Let me just try to make a shortcut here. Oh, there was a... Thank God for the assist, the guided tour. Great! And I got in first. Well, it seems to hold up rather well. The gameplay seems rather smooth, but I will say that Mario Kart used to also be running rather smooth. The screen is plenty bright, has great contrast, very saturated, I would say. The 120 Hz, I can't tell if the game is capped at 60 or if it's 120 Hz. Is it worth the price tag? I would say it depends on who you are. It really does seem like a nice premium device now. Oh, by the way, I actually just noticed that this is where you put in the micro SD card. It kind of has to be an express SD card now. Just something to note for those of you who are looking to upgrade the storage for even more. It does have 256 gigabytes of storage instead of just 32, which was on the previous generation, so that's a huge improvement in my opinion. So that's super nice. It makes it more possible to have a lot more games on the device all the time instead of having to re-download the games all the time, which was kind of super annoying in my opinion. I'm looking forward to giving a more in-depth review in the future. This was just my first impressions. I've heard that the Pokemon Violet game and the Scarlet game, which was some of the games that ran extremely horrible on the previous generation, but they should be running a lot more smooth on the new Switch 2 here. So I'm looking forward to trying that out and seeing if it's a major improvement. You might actually even be able to tell here just from looking at them that the screen is much brighter, much more contrast filled, the blacks are even deeper. It is just a much nicer screen, even though it's still an LCD screen. It's not gonna replace something like my ROG Ally X, but it is a much smaller device than the ROG Ally X, and the price is also a little different since this is much more expensive, but it's also for a completely different segment of gamers. Bigger screen is amazing, bigger storage, better performance, better overall screen, so overall just a better experience. I'm also looking forward to trying it out on the TV, so I'll play a little bit with it and then I'll give my honest opinion on it later on. If you want to see more about the Nintendo Switch, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, throw a thumbs up if you like the video. Apart from that, I'll say See you next time. I'm out.